today I'm going to show you the one-page CV as I promised, right? Yes, so we discussed a lot about the CV and cover letter, but today is the right time to show you how you will create a one-page CV that is enough to apply a job in industry or in the corporate sector. Maybe the one-page CV is not enough if you're applying for a PhD or for postdoc or lecturer, for the position of assistant professor in academic jobs, because in academic jobs, like they ask maybe a list of publications which should be attached with CV, or the list of conferences, and maybe you worked in some projects as well. So a lot of information maybe you need to include in your CV. So sometimes in academic CV maybe it can go maybe 10 or 20 pages as well, right? But if you are applying for like in the corporate sector or in the industry, a one-page CV is enough. And now today I'm going to show you like how it looks like, right? So please understand why I am focusing on this one-page CV and why we are discussing about this one-page CV. The reason behind it, because sometimes your CV needs to pass from the application tracking system, this ATS, and if your CV is too big, more than 600 words and more than 2 pages, okay, then it will be very difficult to match these keywords, because what ATS does, HR just feeds some keywords which is required for the particular job, and if in your CV this match with these keywords, so they just filter out these CVs, right? And then HR passes this CV to the hiring manager, right? And even your CV just passes through the ATS somehow, and if CV is too big and it goes to the hiring manager, he will not spend too much time like if your CV is too big, so right? So that's why I focus a lot on how to create this one-page CV, because when I was applying, I also trying to search what will be the effective CV, and I will find a lot of websites, this CV builder, that CV builder, a lot of websites. So I was totally out of mind, how do I get a particular CV, what should be the particular format. So I just try to make it as simple as possible. This one-page CV will be very effective for you to apply for the corporate sector, right? Any kind of, doesn't matter, if you are applying after PhD or if you are applying after bachelor or master, doesn't matter. In any corporate sector, if you want to apply, this one-page CV is quite enough. Okay, so now let's start. So I will show you this one-page CV. I will show you the 2 formats, right? 2 samples. And if somebody asks me this sample, right, in the Word format, and you just need to edit it, that's it. It is ready to move on. So I will just I can send you, if you just write in the comment section that okay, I need this CV, so I can send you, right? But you need to send a request in the comment section of this, or comment box of this video. Okay, so okay, let's go now. Okay, so first I will show you the first format, CV number 1, right? So it's up to you, you can choose out of 2 anyone, but now this is the first one, so you can see now, right? So now as you see, top of it, your name should be there. So I divided this CV in the separate paras, so you can check the first one. Yes, at the top you can see the name, your name in the big letters, and then below of it you can see your designation, right? Please remember, your designation should be matched to the job you are applying for, maybe little bit similar. For example, if you are already a software engineer, or if you are applying for a software developer position, so just write a software developer. It is okay, because software engineer, software developer doesn't matter. So you just write the software developer if you are applying for the position of software developer, right? And then your email ID, yes, your contact number, city and country, right? This will be the third line. First line your name, second line your designation or your job profile, third line your email ID, your contact number, city and country. And last line of this para will be your LinkedIn profile, the link to a LinkedIn profile. This is very, very important. Please remember, because most of the 50% of CVs is the lack of this LinkedIn profile. They do not include this LinkedIn profile. This is very, very important in this current scenario. Okay, so this is the first para. You don't need to include your address, you don't need to include and blah 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 whatever. Just this is enough. Okay, more than enough. That's it. You don't need to include any other thing. Okay, now let's come to the second para. Second para, you can write just a summary heading, or you can write a career summary, or you can write biography, something like this. Okay, but do not write objective. Please, this is like I already discussed maybe in the previous video, or maybe I don't know, the second last video I already discussed, right? Yeah, so you don't need to include this objective. This is the old tradition that basically we have to include, oh, the objective of my this, I need to do this, I want to become this. So sorry, don't include this objective. You just need to include a career summary. If you really want to include the objective, maybe one line, maybe you can mix it. But specifically, you need to write summary, career summary, professional summary, whatever. Okay? Yeah. And then you can write like this. You can see, because this is I created for a software developer, Mary Lynn, she's my friend, and so you can see this is okay. Analytically driven software developer with 10 plus years of experience, focusing on this, right? Highly adaptable and dedicated to produce high quality, something like this. If you need a career summary, for example, a particular profile, you are, for example, maybe the marketing manager, or you are in the political science, you are from social science, whatever, doesn't matter. If you need my help, you just contact me, write a message in the comments box section, and then I will definitely help you, right? So it doesn't matter. So this will be the career summary you need to include like this, okay? It should clearly mention what you are doing and what, how much experience you have. Doesn't matter you are a fresher or not. If you are a fresher, still you can include the career summary, right? You can still write the career summary. You can maybe include your project or what you worked, or maybe, for example, if you are a fresher, like a bachelor or master's, you can write, okay, 2 or 3 plus or something like maybe theoretical experience or hand-on experience on this field for last 2-3 years, and worked on this project and in this field. Yeah, that's it. You can include. If you need my help, I will definitely can give you a best suggestion how to include, for a fresher as well, the career summary. Yeah, and then that's it. Now let's come to the next para. Next para is the work experience. Okay, please remember, I already mentioned in last time, first half page must include the work experience, because what this hiring manager wants to see, your experience. Yeah, if you don't have experience, it doesn't matter. You can include internship, some training. You can include like this. Okay, from this to this month I did this internship. That will also count as an experience. Please remember this. Okay, so the next will be your work experience. Okay, some people say you first include the company name, then your job profile, and then year or whatever, your duration of job. But you can use a different way as well. You can include first your job profile, then company name, and then years. So you can see how much simple it is, right? So just company name, software developer, okay, and then this year to this, this date to this date, and then your responsibilities. Responsibilities, please check these responsibilities. Please check this. How important it is. How did I write this? I have this Marilyn to create this CV, and please check how I just modified it, because you don't need to write, okay, I'm doing this, so what? Okay, I do this, so what? For example, if I'm a lecturer, okay, I take lectures of this, I teach this subject, so what? So what? How you are doing something so that your company or your organization are getting something. Means how it triggers to get benefit by, like, for the company, right? How your organization are getting something. So you need to write in such a way, for example. So you can see this, right? How did I write? Contributing to increase the business of company by creating and updating the ship control application, because that software developer Marilyn, she was working on this, developing some this. So what she was developing? So what? Okay, so in this way, what she was doing, she was contributing to increase the business of company. This should be the first line. You understand my point, maybe, right? But if you do not understand, if you want like my help, maybe you can ask me, so I can definitely comment and I will help you. But you understand what my point. And see, like, so being a software developer, her job is to fixing the bugs, right? Fixing the bugs, some problem in the code she needs to fix. But how? She has to like fascinate, like she has to make this line very beautiful to include, so like everybody can say, okay, yeah, it's very attractive, right? So you need to modify in such a way, like, so anybody can see, wow. So what I did, okay, maintaining the company reputation by identifying and fixing the bugs. Yes, because for example, company is developing a lot of applications, and if there is a bug, it is like not good for the reputation of the company. So being a software developer, what she did, she is maintaining the company reputation by identifying and fixing bugs. See how easy it is, but it looks very attractive, right? If anybody can read, wow. Then you see the third line. Improving the business flow of company by completing software deliverables before the deadline, because she mentioned, okay, she finished her work by the deadline. So what? How company is getting benefited by this? You have to mention this, right? Okay, so in this way you can read other way also, and you can improve the other experience as well in this way, in this section, right? In the versus this section. This is the one para you need to include in such a way. But how simple this format is, right? And very easily understand, right? Readable, very simple, but straightforward. Yes? Okay, let's come to the next para or next section of this video. Okay, so this section about the skills, this is also very, very important. Very, very important, this section also. Because this skills or your job profile, because, that's your employability section, that is. So, that this is the most important sections, because these two should be matched with the job requirements I discussed in the previous video, right? So this is skill set, you can see clearly with the bullet points, and you can just write specifically what are mentioned in your advertisement for the job. You need to just search those keywords, and you need to make this skill set as per those keywords. And about the keywords I already discussed in the previous video. If you did not even watch the previous video, that is very, very important, and you can see that video, you can watch this video. That is very important, because this video is in the continuation of the previous video. Okay, so you understand, right? And what about the in language skill? Because generally what people do, they create a separate section, for the language. But here what I did, this language section I included in this skill set. So this fluent English speaker, that is enough. Okay. And what are the skills required, for example, in programming or this, that, agile methodology, MATLAB or similarly, these are the programming skills, and agile methodology basically for the software development case. So this I already included in this, but you can change according to your skill set. And as for the job requirement, also please mention this job requirement as well. Don't just focus only on your skills. You need to modify according to the keywords, these skill set, and how I already told in the previous video. Yes, so you understand. Okay, so this section is about the skill. Now go to the next section, that is about the projects. Okay, if you worked in some projects, that is also very good if you worked in some projects. Okay, maybe you're working in the company, but doesn't matter. Your company like takes some projects also, right? So you can mention the name. Okay, I worked on this project and this year. And okay, if you have something like, for example, to share as a link, you can just give the link as well. You can see the link right here. And or if there is no link, you can just write a description. That is enough. Okay, if that is enough. And then other projects also you can include. If you don't have any projects to include here, maybe you can leave this section, or maybe you can add some other thing what is required. But maybe you can write some internship or trainings, maybe separate section for here. That is also good. Okay, because only one page is there, so maybe something is left you can include. But if you have the projects, definitely you have to include the projects. That is also very important, because if you are working in the company, definitely you have to work with many projects. So that is also the most important. Yes, maybe you understand. Yeah. Okay, so next and the last section in this format of CV is the education, right? So you can see this right here. MSc Computer Science, university name, right, and year. Okay, and then you just write some subjects, some modules, what you studied, and then your final project in 2 bullets, right? Your subjects and your final project. That is enough. Okay, and other education, for example, master, then bachelor also you have to include, so you can include. And for example, in my case, I have to include PhD and masters. I will leave that bachelor maybe because for education enough. And if I have the space, maybe I will include the bachelor maybe because it will not take much like space. This bachelor this year, that's enough. Just for the PhD or masters, I have to include the project. That is fine. Okay. So you can see, like, very straightforward the CV and very good, easily readable. But the another format you will see that is not easily readable, but it includes a lot of things, but it's still a one-page CV. That is, maybe you say little bit fancy, not very fancy, because very fancy CVs are not good. Please understand this, because some CVs are very like like colorful, but they just waste a lot of space, and that is not good at all. So in the CV you can see the education and the references at the last, right? And references you can say references available on request. That's it. But still the space is there. If for example the job requirement they are asking about the references should be included in the CV maybe, so you can just include name, designation and email ID, name, designation, email ID. That's it. It will not take much. I think 1 line is enough. So 2 lines for two references, maybe name, designation, okay, maybe company, and that's email ID. Name, designation, company, email ID. It will not take only 2 lines. That's enough. So you see, this is the one-page CV. Yes, but definitely it is in the table form, and you see the color. I used only the blue and black here. Right, blue for headings mostly. On the left side you can see, and at the top also you can see, and every all text is written in the black. That's it. So if you need this CV, this format, you have to write a request in the comment box of this video. Okay? Yes. Now let's move to the second format, my friends. Okay friends, so this is the second format as you can see right here. So in the second format I used the light green and the black. Okay, 2 colors I used. Very normal. So you see at the top you have to use name, okay, your designation, your profile, and then city, email ID, your contact number, and link to a LinkedIn profile. That is. Yes, that is the common thing you have to do. No need to write your address and blah whatever. You don't need to write. Yes. So now after this section I divided into the two columns. The previous series also was in two columns, but in the first column you can see only the headings, right? Most of the description was in the second column. But still, it did not like waste a lot of space. And here also. But here we have something in the first column and something in the second column. In the first column we will have the profile, or we can say summary or career summary. You can use any name: profile, summary, career summary, yeah, professional summary, yeah. But don't use the objective. Okay. So in this section you see, in the left column you can see the profile. Yes, so I consider now Marilyn as a biological researcher, not a software developer. So it's a different profile. So I just basically selected this biological researcher. So two different fields. Yes, so we can see how we like to create the CV. Okay, so now you can see in the profile section, right? So you see how I wrote the profile section, just 4 or 5 lines, very good, like how much experience, what you're doing, right? Yeah. And then competences, okay? The competences, like for example, as a biological researcher, she had, for example, 2 or 3 good competences, and each competence is divided into some like lines or some in the sub-competences, we can say. So you can use the bullet points as well. For example, microbiology, and inside the microbiology, for example, DNA purification or whatever, so I use the bullet points. And some other biochemistry, bullet points, then you can include some competence related to biochemistry, and then some competences related to the cellular biology. In the same way you can use in your field. Please remember, okay, 3 or 4 competences, and you can describe something in the bullet points. So this is also very good, right? Yes, if you have to include a lot of keywords. Yes, and then license, right? Because she had to work in the, for example, Mary Lynn is a biological researcher, she had to work in some with animals, so she needed to take some license, so also I included that license. That is also important for her. Okay, and then finally you see this chart here. You see this chart of the language. So this is also good, like you can include this language chart. In the previous format, I included these language skill in the skill set section. But here, you can use in this way as well, right? So this is the left column. Yeah. Now let's move to the right column. Okay, so in the right column, at the top, you know what should be? Yes, your experience, your work experience. Yeah. So this is your work experience. So okay, so first experience, now the current experience should be the first, right? Because you should be in the decreasing order or descending order. Yeah. So she is working now, for example, as an ambassador in the Deeply, Germany. Deeply is the organization, city, and years or duration, right? The same way previously, what in the previous format. And then yes, you can use your responsibilities or what you are doing. Please remember what you are doing for the company, how your company is getting benefited. Please remember, in the previous format you also learned, right, how to write, and in here also you can see, right? Okay, so contributing to increase this business contacts in life science, because for example her work is to contact to the people and just need to tell about the company, but what company is getting benefited, right? How company is getting benefited. So now because I change these lines, for example, contributing for increase 1,000 business contacts, like this, and you can see the second line. The second line you can see, for example, extracting, right? Second line you can see. Second line you can see establishing strong business contacts or something, whatever, right? Business relation for these future business, you can see, right here. So this is you need to modify in this way, right? So basically, okay, you are doing something, but doing so what? What is the outcome for the company, right? Okay, why you are important for the company? So that's the way you have to write. And you can see she also worked as a researcher. For example, Mary Lynn is a biological researcher. She also worked as a researcher, right? So you see how I modified those lines. For example, she was working in this cancer research, she was doing some experiments, she was doing some writing research articles, she was maybe part-time teaching as well. But you can see now how I modified those lines, right? So contributed to the ongoing cancer research by this. Okay, yes. Increase the operating efficiency of the university or like laboratory by doing this. Yeah, yes. Applied the knowledge transfer policy, right, by helping students. Like, so you need to use these type of like sentences, this type of wordings in order to show like how much important you are for your organization and how you are contributing for your organization, and what are the outcomes that you have to show in your CV. Okay, so you have to show that how important you are for this organization and how important you could be for your organization, for this organization, right? Okay, so now, so she worked as a lecturer. Okay, so again the same way you can write, okay, like what I discussed earlier. So the same way you can write. So that is the work section part or work experience part. And now let's come to the academic history, right, or the education part. So then, because competencies and language skills are already discussed in the first column, so now in this right column, the second part will be the academic history. So academic history in the same way, like you can write in the previous section, but here is a different, like it is not in the two sides, it's just only the one by one in sequence. So you can see like, okay, where the university name, okay, and your education, your degree for example, or diploma, PhD or whatever. Okay, you can write a project or thesis, whatever. So you can write something about this, and maybe you can write some extra as well. Maybe, okay, it's published 6 articles, published 8 articles like this, and you can include, for example, if you are like here, for example, these articles are very important for this particular kind of job, you can include the link to your Google Scholar profile or other link where all articles are listed. You don't need to include here all these articles, you just can give a link here. Or maybe if you are applying for the maybe some laboratory, you just need to include the link to the Google Scholar at the top. At the top, where the Maryland biological researcher, this, and you can link to LinkedIn profile and link to this Google Scholar. But specifically, this one-page CV is for if you are applying to the industry or to the corporate section of the companies. So this way you can write your academic history, right? How it goes. This goes good, right? And the last section is about the references. So you can write your references. Yeah? So maybe you understand, right? So this CV, this format is also very, very good and attractive as well, and not too much fancy, but looks good, and everything can be included here. What is required? Not something extra like this, that, which is unnecessary, right? And if you add too much unnecessary things, sometimes, you know, the good things are hidden somewhere and cannot be read by the hiring manager, or maybe sometimes by this application tracking system as well. So, how do you write these formats? And include maybe achievements or awards, maybe if you want, right? So you can include these awards or achievements related to your job profile that you are applying. Or if you have something, maybe you need to show like you worked as a, for example, volunteer or as a social worker. That also you can include. No problem, because that will also count. They will count this if you worked as a volunteer or social worker. And if you did some like work in some charity, that is also good. And then at last you can include the reference. Like here you can use the full reference. You have a space there. You can write, okay, name, designation, whatever, address, email, phone number, whatever you can write. You have the column 2 references. So generally like the company asks or like 2 references, so you can easily include here, right? So that is And so these are the two formats, and I have these formats in the Word, Microsoft Word, so you can easily add it and as per your requirement. But if you need this, you have to write your name, email ID in the comment box section, right? So then I will definitely contact you and I will send the Word format. And which format you want, please write. So if you want both, still you can write, but I will definitely help you. I will send you all these formats. Yeah, so how do you like? Please understand like the power of CV. Please understand, because your CV has to fight with this ATS and this hiring manager, right? Then you will get a job. So please understand the power of this. You have to spend time. So I spent the time to create these two formats. So please understand. So at least your responsibility if you are watching this video, because you know like the people like who are my friends, they watch, they don't like the video, but people, they are not in my friend list, they watch the video and they like the video. Okay, so I understand if you are watching the video, please like the video, please write a comment in the comment box. If there are some issues in the video, you can also write. For example, I like the critics. If you have something to say, you can say, we can discuss, right? Because I have worked a lot like in this academics and then I switched to industry. So I have spent a lot of time here. So whatever I am doing just by creating this thing, like I got some experience like by spending a lot of time. So maybe something could be the wrong, but I tried my best, like so the other people can get benefit, right? So, and hopefully you will definitely get benefit, and I hope and I pray that you will definitely get a call now, interview call, if you use this CV and maybe change something and take my advice. Also check the previous video, because it is not only just to take the format and it will work. Please also check my previous video and understand each and everything in detail. Okay, so this is the video. In the next video I will maybe discuss about some jobs which are like urgent jobs, like jobs are open, so there are some open jobs, so you can apply as soon as possible. So I will definitely, maybe in the next video after 2 or 3 days, you can see some latest jobs which are being advertised. Okay, so hopefully you like this video. If you like this video, please share, subscribe, like, and don't forget to click on the bell icon. And how you will get the bell icon, you just need to go to my home page of my channel. Okay, Desi Teacher and Videsh, just click it. You go to the home page and you can see the bell icon button, just click it. If you click the bell icon button, you will not miss any video. You will get notified for the upcoming video. Okay, so thank you very much for listening me. Thank you very much for watching. And day by day number of views are increasing, and I'm very happy. Like I like maybe this video is reaching to most of the like people, and many audience, like more and more audiences are like are watching this video. So I'm very happy, and hopefully like my aim like to share my knowledge to as many as like people I can. So I am getting successful on this, like, okay, so thank you and see you on the next video.